The 2010 Weber State football season featured many firsts for this proud program. The Wildcats opening the season at Boston College, facing a team from the Atlantic Coast Conference for the first time, making a first-ever trip to play a football game back in New England. The Cats then ended the season playing at Texas Tech University, the first-ever game for Weber State against a team from the Big 12 Conference. It also marked the first time Weber State had played two teams from the BCS in the same season. In between, the Wildcats faced the always daunting Big Sky Conference schedule and a home game against UC Davis, a school which will become a Big Sky Conference football member beginning in 2012. Coming off back-to-back seasons where they earned berths in the NCAA Division I FCS playoffs, the Wildcats entered the 2010 season having lost the school's all-time leading rusher in Trevin Smith and all-time leading receiver Tim Toon. But the cupboard wasn't bare. Weber State returned quarterback Cameron Higgins and offensive guard J.C. Orem, both of whom were named to the 2010 Sports Network preseason All-America team. Higgins entered the season needing just 2,446 passing yards and 5 touchdown passes to pass Jamie Martin as the school's all-time leader in both categories. Of course, Martin was the 1991 NCAA Division I FCS Offensive Player of the Year, winning the Walter Payton Award. Higgins accomplished both tasks, throwing for 2,512 yards and 15 touchdowns during the 2010 season, giving Cameron a career total of 12,274 yards passing and 198 career touchdown passes. Higgins earned honorable mention All Big Sky Conference honors at the conclusion of the year. Of course, Orem has been a fixture at either the right or left guard spot since his freshman season in 2008. He was named first-team All-Big Sky Conference in 2010 and second-team All-American by the Sports Network, playing a major role in making Higgins, Smith, and Toon career leaders at WSU. Two other Wildcats earned All-American honors in 2010 as well. Vi Tafuna came on strong in the final 5 games of the season, earning first-team All-Big Sky Conference as a fullback, where he was a unanimous pick. He also earned second-team All-America honors from the Sports Network. Tafuna rushed for a career-high 153 yards in Weber's 44-41 win at home against Portland State, then followed it up the next week with 29 carries, 124 yards, and 4 more touchdowns in a 30-21 win at home over Montana. Tafuna was named to the 2010 NCAA Division I FCS Athletic Directors Association All-Academic Team as well. Joe Collins was granted another year of eligibility by the NCAA, and he made full use of that year. He led the Wildcats in receiving with 61 catches for 1,046 yards and 6 touchdowns. Those 1,046 yards, a Big Sky best in 2010. He earned first-team All-Big Sky Conference honors, where he was also a unanimous pick, and earned third-team All-America honors from the Sporting News. Collins' partner in crime on the receiving corps, Mike Phillips, ended his career in a big way. In his 4-year career at Weber State, Mike Phillips had 148 catches, 6th most in school history, for 2,518 yards, 2nd most in school history, and 19 career touchdown catches, also the 2nd most in school history. Phillips was named honorable mention All Big Sky Conference for the 2010 season. Back to the guys up front, where Caleb Turner was named first-team All Big Sky Conference in 2010 at offensive tackle. Turner struggled in his first 2 seasons with the injury bug, but through hard work on and off the field, made himself into one of the best offensive linemen in the Big Sky last season. On the defensive side, Nick Webb earned first-team All-Big Sky Conference as an outside linebacker, and Jordan Brown earned second-team honors as a safety. Webb had 99 total tackles, with a team-high 69 unassisted stops, and led the Wildcats with 8.5 tackles for a loss, adding 1 pass interception, 3 pass breakups, and a fumble recovery as well. Meanwhile, Jordan Brown led the team in total tackles with 100, 67 of them unassisted, and he also added 1 interception, 6 pass breakups, had 1 forced fumble, and recovered 2 more fumbles. He also averaged 11.6 yards on 35 punt returns. Talk about great kick returners. Bo Boland earned second-team All-Big Sky Conference honors on defensive special teams and honorable mention All-Big Sky Conference honors as a running back. Boland led the Wildcats in rushing, 153 carries, 745 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He also had 35 kickoff returns for an average of 24.2 yards per return. Others earning honorable mention All-Big Sky Conference honors in 2010 for the Wildcats were center Tyson Tiatia, who came off the redshirt list in the middle of the season to become the starter, earning honors in just 6 games played. Adam Sagapolitelli-White, who had 41 tackles and 5.5 stops for a loss from his defensive tackle position. Sam Fenn, who began his career at Weber State as a linebacker, but moved to defensive end in 2009, and then in 2010 became a very solid player on the line up front. He had 35 tackles in 2010, 6.5 stops for a loss, and he also blocked a kick. Taylor Cedillo was third on the team in tackles with 85 in 2010, and he leaves Weber State with 226 career tackles to his credit. Ron Creighton led the team in pass breakups in 2010 with a total of 9. Brian Jankowski had a fine season at tight end, where he had 10 catches for 89 yards and 1 touchdown. And punter Josh Kialamakia, who was a true first-year freshman, averaged 40 yards per punt and dropped 15 kicks dead inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Weber ended the season with a record of 6-5 overall and tied with Montana as well as Sacramento State in second place with a 5-3 record. Looking back, the Wildcats had some crazy games in 2010, none of which was more crazy than the 50-47 4-overtime win at home over Northern Colorado on regional TV. The two teams combined to run 189 offensive plays for 1,004 total yards. In the second overtime, the Wildcats had the ball first, but lost it on a fumble, giving UNC a golden opportunity to win the game with a field goal from 33 yards out, but he was blocked by Kevin Halfhill. Both teams scored in the third overtime period, and both failed to execute the 2-point play. Weber State got the ball first in the fourth overtime and ended with Sean McLean kicking a 35-yard field goal. UNC got the ball again, but 4 straight penalties, 3 on the Bears, left them with a 42-yard field goal attempt, which was missed. In a defensive struggle at arch-rival Idaho State, Vi Tafuna scored a touchdown with 13 minutes left, giving the Wildcats a 16-13 lead. Then, the Wildcats stood back and watched as the Bengals missed field goals from 27, 37, and 55 yards out, that last one coming with no time remaining on the clock. A week later at home against Portland State, the Vikings took a 41-37 lead with just 62 seconds left in the game, only to see the Wildcats march 70 yards in just 6 plays, culminating the drive with a 2-yard touchdown plunge by Vi Tafuna to win the game 44-41. Tafuna came up big the next week as well, scoring 4 touchdowns in a 30-21 win over Montana, shutting the Grizzlies out in the second half after they had taken a 21-13 halftime lead. Then, in the last conference game of the year, Mike Hoke came off the bench to replace an injured Cameron Higgins at quarterback and led the Wildcats to a 27-26 come-from-behind win at Northern Arizona. NAU led 26-20, and they were driving late in the fourth quarter when Kayla Marciel intercepted a pass at the Weber State 25. Hoke took the Wildcats on a time-consuming 13-play, 75-yard drive that ended with Vi Tafuna scoring from 2 yards out. So, for the first time since 1996 to 1998, The Wildcats made it 3 winning seasons in a row overall and 3 straight winning seasons in Big Sky Conference play. With 40 lettermen and 14 starters returning in 2011, the future looks bright for Weber State football.
MAFU stands for this: mental toughness, the ability to play the game at a top level. It stands for attitude, an attitude to play the game in the correct way and play it with the right tempo. The F stands for fanatical effort, which means you play over and above and beyond what your capability is in 90% of the plays you're involved in the game. And U stands for unity. That means you play together, you play at a high percentage, and everything you do contributes to a team's victory.
High formation, play action, deep drop. He's passing on first down. He's going home run. He's got a man open. Caught at the 25. 10-5. Touchdown, Weber State.
They give it to Vi. Vi's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Come up under center. Hand the ball to Bolin. It's a pitch back. Wide open. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mike Phillips.
Here's the handoff. Josh Booker up the middle into the secondary. Look at him go. 20, 15, 10. Fumble the football. Got it back. He's